Hi everyone, this is Shorty. I'm your host for today, and today we're going to walk you through how to use pilotcarmap.com. A lot of people have been asking, they've been having problems with walking through and going through and adding their pilot car and checking out the loads and things like that. So I'm going to fade away and we'll go straight to full vision of the screen, and you can follow me through as I walk you through everything. So we'll get started now and just kind of fade away. Bye. So here we are at the site. As you're seeing, this is the home page for when you get to it. There's a little bit to see on here, a little bit to read. These are all items that are not required items, but suggested items. The lights, the CB, the jacket, those are pretty much required. Especially if you live in the Northwest, you got to have a warm coat. And up north, and then the Midwest and the East Coast, they get hit hard. But anyway, the GPS, that's up to you. Most people are just using their phones. I like having both of them working, because I use a app on my phone called Trucker Path. It lets me know if the scales are open or closed ahead, and it lets me know about traffic that's coming up and things like that. But those are just some of the items there. You can find some of the items you need at Walmart. You can click through to here. They have great little toolboxes that are required in most states, that you have to have a toolbox. And basically, in fact, the set that's on there right now is the one I've got in the car. It's $29.95 or $94, I guess it is. And I think I've used one wrench out of it. So you don't use them very often, but they are there in case you do. Over on the left hand side, you have suggested, or it's actually required equipment. I've been told not to call it required because there's a few items that I don't have on there that are supposed to be, but every state is different. I couldn't go through there. It'd be 10,000 items. If I listed each state by state, you'll have to find out what your state requires. Florida, for one, federal requirement says you have to have 4 18-inch traffic cones. And we've talked about this before. Florida, in all their wisdom, I think it's because a lot of old people live there and they can't see over the dashboard, so they got to be taller. It's the only reason I can see it. But they require 36-inch. Which really takes up a lot of room in your vehicle. So far, they haven't found anything else to replace them yet. I do have an idea that I'm thinking about building them, and where they will pass, and they will. They'll be a lot easier for us to use. But anyway, that's my deal. You can follow my channel for the videos. If you're watching this one, you already know where the channel is. But and then the different videos that are on there, and I've got my invoice that I use in my vehicle. And there's copies of it. You can download it on a PDF file and print them out, change what you need on them, and then go for those. But anyway, up at the top, we'll first go into login. Or excuse me, you're fresh to the site. You first go to registration. Click on registration. It'll open up and you'll see username. Put in whatever you like. Your email address, a password. Repeat the password. I've had a lot of people, they say they're not able to log in or get through this page because it keeps saying it doesn't match. Well, something's not right, and they just mistyped it. But and then your first and last name. That's it. That's all you need for the registration. Click on register. Once you leave there, it'll take you back to the login page. Okay. Once you get to here, you just go ahead and log in. I'll do mine real quick. It's already there. You can click on remember me so it remembers your stuff on the page. Click on login, and it will take you back to the home page. Okay, from there, we'll start with the pilot cars. And so you'll click on pilot car map. And you see as it comes up, all the little dots all over the U.S. Scroll into them, and we'll just pick one here, Colorado. Just click on this button, and it'll show the name of the pilot car service, phone number, what they do. He does lead, chase, and high pole, and what date he's available. You can click on, like, go up here. You don't have to zoom in. You can click on up here. This is me. That's my stuff. The one thing I didn't mark down is route surveys. I try to keep that quiet unless I absolutely have to. But anyway, that's how you get to this part. Now, if you need to add, edit, or delete, you click on the button below, and you'll see I'm the only one there. I can only do my own editing. Even though I'm an administrator, I built this site. On this part of it, I'm just a driver, just like you. So, but if I need to change it, you just highlight it to where it changes color, and you can either add another vehicle. I can add another car if I want, or I can edit. Here it is, Canyonville, Oregon, available for duty tomorrow. Lead, chase, high pole, and control. There. Now I've added route survey to my list. My wife and I, my phone number, my email address, save it. Now if we go back to the map, and you click on my button there in Oregon, you'll see now where it says lead, chase, high pole, and survey routes. I need to change that to route survey, but anyway, that's how you change those. Now when you go back and you're here, if you need to delete it, you just hit delete car. It'll ask you to make sure you want to delete it. Okay, click on either delete or cancel, and then you can refresh the list, but there's no reason to, because it's updated just as soon as you do it. So that's it for the pilot cars. You can add, edit, or delete. You just highlight the car that you want to do it. I know some of the guys have 4, 5, 6 cars out there, so they can list each one of them and edit for each one of them individually. So it's really easy to use. I mean, that's all there is to it. Now for the truckers out there, the drivers, the loads, it's kind of hard, and I agree with them. They are not really posting on the site. They're using the site to find pilot cars. We had a couple drivers in the last 2 weeks post their loads on the site early in the morning. By 9 o'clock, they had each received almost 100 phone calls from pilots up to 400 miles away. And they just quit answering the phone. It just got ridiculous. So they took it down. We've had a couple do the same thing in the Midwest, and they were just overwhelmed with phone calls. And I was afraid of that. I mean, we're out there looking for work. Okay, so it's kind of a juggling act, really. But as far as the trucks goes, if you do want to post one, click on the add button below, come up with the same thing, and it's the same page. You can add the load. It tells what state, what city and state your origin is, what city and state is your destination. Now I'm going to be honest, I'm going to do some checking on this, because I think the destination part of it doesn't really matter. Okay, if you're going, let's say, just leave it as it is. You're in Mobile, Alabama, and you're going to the Tennessee state line. I'm not sure, but I think you can put, it doesn't really matter, I-40 at Tennessee state line, and that's as far as you're going. Alabama, Tennessee state line. Okay. But anyway, I'm going to do some checking, and we may change that part of it. Now, it works fine when you're out going Alabama to California. You can put Los Angeles, California, or San Diego, or San Francisco, or whatever. So that part works out right. And then, as the same, you click on the date, pick out the date that you're going to load, okay, that you need the pilot car at. Whoops. And then, do you need a lead? Do you need chase? Do you need high pole? Do you need a route survey? If you need a lead and a chase, just highlight them both. If you need a chase and a high pole, just highlight them both. Just hold your mouse button down when you climb over them, and then drag. Or you can use the control button and click each one, or take one out. Okay, so it's really easy to use. You can put your company name or your name in there, your phone number, and the email address. I'm honestly thinking about changing that from an email to comments. That way you can add your email address, or put down that please text me. I know a lot of drivers, it's easier for them to just hit, like in my car, it's all voice activated. Once I get in the car takes over, and whenever a text message comes in, I tell my phone to read it, and it reads me the text, and I can send the text back. And a lot of trucks are getting that way now too. They don't sit there and actually physically look and type it in anymore. You can talk it in, and that way you don't get possibility of the texting and driving problems that we've been having. But anyway, I'm thinking about changing that. If you have an idea if that would work out better, please let me know. Same thing for the pilot side. You don't really need an email address in there as far as I'm concerned. I would just soon have comments in there to maybe put down that you're $1 million insured. You've got, basically you're set up to run all states, or you can put maybe 50 words in there and just kind of expand that part. But that's going to take some coding. Right now, we're working really hard on getting Canada added to the website. I've got many requests for adding Canada to the list, and that will soon be up. Another thing that we're working on is clustering. We've got 5 or 6 pilots in Dallas, and they're all put in Dallas, and so they're stacking on top of one another. Okay, so it's going to be difficult because Dallas is Dallas. That's it. It doesn't. The computer doesn't know that it's not. It's 100 feet apart or 1,000 feet apart. So there's a code we've got to write. Google has a clustering code, and we've tried it, but it doesn't work with our code because we had to write the code to do this. And so it's not working right with it. We hope to have that done by the end of the week, along with adding Canada. So we hope to have that done here real soon. But that's really about it. We're working on it. We've only been live now 2 months, and things are growing great. We did over 140 loads this last week on drivers calling our pilots on the page. So the word is getting out there. It's spreading quickly. I've added 14 new trunking companies this week that are going to start using the site next week when they start rolling again. Things are still a little touchy out, especially in the Northwest, the Northeast, and the upper Midwest with the weather. So things aren't moving at full throttle yet. The South, California, LA is just running like crazy. They're running so hard down there. I've got guys traveling right now from Oregon down there for work. So that's 800 miles, and they're paying them deadhead to get down there. So, because they're hurting, especially for long haul pilots. A lot of the pilots in the Los Angeles, Southern California area, they'll go to Arizona, they'll go to Phoenix, they might even go to New Mexico, but that's as far as they go. They will not run the North, they will not run the Northeast, they will not run the upper Midwest. They 1 state, 2 states. That way they do not have to be certified. Okay, and that's the main reason. They, that a lot of the guys out there don't certify themselves. They don't get the Washington or the Utah certificates, and so they're turning down loads. And a lot of these drivers can't find someone that is certified. In fact, I was thinking about putting on our little, when you edit your page, you can click on Washington or Utah certified, or just click certified, and just put little markers in there, little check boxes, and that way it's all on there, and the driver can see that they're hiring someone that gives a shit. Excuse my French. I've seen so many out there. We just had another truck hit a bridge this last week. The guy was using a painter's pole, and as soon as the truck hit, he was nowhere to be found. He took off, he boogied, and he came quite a ways, and he lost everything. He ain't going to get paid for it because he took off, because he knew he was not insured. He didn't even have the standard pilot car insurance. He just had his car insurance. And as soon as they found out, as soon as they would find out that he wasn't insured, he was done. He'd lose it right now. So anyway, that's it for the site. I hope you enjoyed this. I hope it helps. Take care. Good luck. If there's anything I can help with, please let me know. Things are going to start kicking here real soon. We are going to start getting busier. So it's coming down. So good luck. Have fun out there, y'all. Be good. Take care. Bye-bye.